Okay. Ho, ho, ho. Alright, here we go. Well, Nivik Yesak, thank you for the follow. And just like that, we're back. We're streaming some Amulet. Starting this new week. I'm sorry about the odd stream time, but I couldn't do it earlier, unfortunately. This is the list that put 2 copies into the top 8 of this latest SCG Open in Philadelphia. It was run by two of the best Amulet players out there, Matthew Dilks and Daryl Ayers. So it's no surprise to see them. And as usual, these guys don't like nonsense. Okay, we have a super streamlined list. We're trying. Yeah, here I am, mumbling pipes. We're trying here. Yes, we're trying primal commands. I mean, technically, it's 1 primal command and 1 coalition relic. I have already been running 2 explosives since my GPLA, my testing basically showed that the second explosive was definitely worth its slot. So we're definitely running the second explosives. But yeah, what we're trying out today, instead of Trinket Mage, we have access to Primal Command. We tested this card already last week to medium plus results. It wasn't like particularly mind blowing, but it was definitely quite strong when we got to cast it. So yeah, this is what they chose to go with, and I think it's pretty cool. It's a very good card overall. It does basically everything that we want. The life gain clause helps us in racing situations or to like stay alive in order to survive. The last clause to get value from the last clause, which is basically search a primeval titan. We even got to like search for a walking ballista after I think our prime times had been like surgical or something. I don't remember, but like we can get any creature. It's not just green creatures, unlike Summoner's Pack, so we can actually get ballista or even Trinket Mage if we were running that. And then basically the putting a card on top of the opponent's library, it's a good way to like delay stuff like planeswalkers, or to simply put a land and put your opponent like behind 1 turn while denying them a draw step, which can be very strong. And then we have the shuffle their graveyard into their library clause, which is pretty nice against dredge and stuff like that. And you can even like cast it against yourself against something like mill or whatever. It's very narrow, but it might happen. Also, the second clause combos with the third clause. So if your opponent like resolves a Blood Moon or something, a permanent that you actually want to get rid of for good, you can put it on top of the library, then you can shuffle. So you can basically shuffle that permanent away, whatever it is. I should not be hosting anybody now. I should, like, if I'm live, the auto host kind of like stops, so I should not be hosting anybody. I don't know if it's weird if that happens. I have no idea. Yeah, we should be fine now. Maybe I should just like stop with the auto host thing, and because it kind of brings some amount of trouble, which I'm not which I'm not okay with. So I maybe just will quit the auto host. All right, moving on to the sideboard. 4 path, no questions there. This card is incredible. 3 negates. The reason for this is I have not been the biggest fan of Spell Pierce lately, mostly because against decks with Chalice, like the Word Person deck, they will usually put the Chalice on 1, which basically negates your negate. Pun not intended, but I'm happy it happened. And then like having access to a hard counter, it's pretty nice. It's definitely worse. So the very big advantage of Spell Pierce is, even though it's a soft counter, it's nice that on turn 3 you can like play a Collision Relic, and you can still basically hold enough mana to cast a Spell Pierce, which doesn't work with Negate. But I assume that Daryl and Matt decided to just go for the always hard counter, never bad kind of deal, which is understandable. Uh, the Sakapa mode is just great. I love the way it turned out. Then we have Hornet Queen. No surprises there. This card is still great. Third Explosives, also great. Cavern of Souls. My personal experience with Cavern of Souls is that yes, it's insane against control decks for sure. But where it shines the most, it's actually against decks like Death Shadow or even Storm or Spirits, where you definitely have only enough time. You don't have as much time to set up, but they are actually playing counter magic, which might mess up your plans, because they can just counter your stuff. So having access to the second Cavern of Souls is very strong in those matchups. We have Rex Sage, of course, 100% necessary. And then Chameleon Colossus, which I have been running for a while, and I think it's definitely worth the inclusion. I like it as a one-off. It's Colossus is great. Then we come to the spicy ones. Tracker is a card that I've always loved, but I feel like it had fallen out of favor and everything. So that's why we kind of didn't run her for a while. However, talking to Edgar, he explained that the reasoning for playing the Tracker is so you can pact for it in the Wear matchup, and then you can play it out. Your opponent will very likely not have a way to answer it, and then you can start churning to your deck, and you can just make land drops and draw cards. So we can find the Consulate Crackdown and cast it. It also gives you enough mana to cast it, hopefully. So that's why we're playing Tracker in the deck. Of course, it's still, as always, great in the matchups where it always was great, namely Control, Black Green X, etc. Then we have Excavator. This one is mainly for the BGX matchup, actually. Now that Black Green is extremely popular, having access to Excavator is very, very good when their plan is to fulminate you out of the game in post-board games. So having access to Excavator is very, very good. You also have like the thing against Tron where you can just go squatter Azusa Excavator, and you can basically just go score your opponent out of the game and like stuff like that. That is a very minor upside in my opinion. I think like the main reason for wanting to run Excavator is so we can like get past the land destruction decks. And finally, Consulate Crackdown. This one deserves an explanation, and that explanation is that we want to beat the we want to beat the Weird Prison deck. That's what this bullet is for, and it's pretty much, if we manage to get there, it should be game over under most scenario. Vesh Sire, thank you for the follow. It should be game over under most scenarios. The other card that I had been running has been Hercules Recall. We definitely talked about Crackdown on stream. We talked about Crackdown, we talked about Recall, and we also talked about what was the other card we talked about? Tragic Arrogance. Tragic Arrogance. This is the other card we talked about as the Wear killer, basically. This deck is a truly miserable matchup, and it's been like racing in popularity quite a bit. So I think it's fair to want to have a card that's dedicated for the deck. It's also great against Affinity if you make it to turn 5. Like any artifact deck, it's gonna be the nuts, obviously. So it's still the card that I have no idea how good it can be. Pew Pew Me, thank you for the follow. No idea how good it can be against something like Affinity or Hardened Scales, because they usually clock you very, very fast. So having a 5 mana card as an answer might not be the best thing you can do. So against those decks, personally, I think I would like to have access to Hercule's Recall instead of Consular Crackdown. But this is such a haymaker against the Weir deck that I think it's worth the inclusion. But yeah, no, it's pretty much what we're gonna be running today. And let's join a league and let's go. Let's get into it. We have questions in chat. Is there any reason to ever move off 3 Tolaria? I feel like there would be some point that you would want 4. No, so every land that does not tap for green in our deck needs to have an extremely good reason to be in the deck, right? I don't think that, you know, having access to a 4th Tolaria is gonna be worth the hassle of having a land that enters tapped, like here, for example. If these were not a Tolaria West, this would be a snap keep, right? Because we can play Relic on 3, and then we can cast it, potentially cast it Titan on 4. However, the way this is, I think I'm going to mulligan. Like, the only cards that would make this hand keepable are an untapped land or an amulet that I need to draw exactly in my next 2 draw steps. So I think that we can do better on 6 than this, because it might be very slow. So I'm just gonna mulligan. Even though this is very close, like, this is a very solid hand. If this were an untapped land, I would snap keep it. But the way it is, I think this is just a very close mulligan. And this hand is way better. It's good answer. Witchbane over, and we can still cast easily. Yeah, I don't think that your Weir opponent will be keeping a Witchbane over. On the blind, I don't think I want to keep explosives. I think I'd rather bottom on the blind. Yeah, because I might find an amulet next turn or whatever. How have you found the 4th Forest over Canopy? How much does it impact your ability to cast Path, or does 3 Relic make guide for it? I have not had much trouble casting Path, to be honest with you. And the 4th basic has come up multiple times. Oh. Okay, so it's not a great draw, of course. Like, we're playing against Tron, we would have much rather have access to an amulet or something, but that's not the most horrendous of draws. Now I can play a Susa next turn and have, like, access to a bunch of land drops. Because playing a Susa is better than playing the Relic here, I think. Otherwise, I did not have enough lands to make a Titan of the Azusa, so I was going to play the Coalition Relic on 3. Okay, so they steerings into Chromatic Star. Mismatching Tron lands, gross. Another Titan, not great. Boy, would it be nice? Would it have been nice to have access to an amulet? In fact, maybe because of the potential of drawing amulet, which is by far my best draw here, and maybe I should have played the relic instead. Because now if I draw an amulet, I can't even cast it, which is terrible. It's just awful. Alright, so no turn 3 Tron. Buried Ruin. Okay. So many Titans. Unfortunately, I cannot really double go squatter here. I can simply delay my opponent's Tron by 1 turn, which is unfortunate. Actually, I should have gotten... I made a mistake. I should have gotten Stronghold. Oh, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, no, never mind. I cannot Stronghold anyway. So not correct. This is fine. And I definitely don't want to get Tron here, so... I should still have enough to prime time next turn anyway, so that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so this is just a promo Ancient Steerings. I think that it's like a promo in paper as well. I don't remember, like maybe like an FNM or whatever. The way I understand it, you need to never destroy the tower. This art is actually kind of cool. If it were on the old frame, it would be nice. It would be nicer, but it's not the worst art I've ever seen, honestly. Okay, so now my opponent will have access to 4 mana this turn. And I have options. I can either Titan and Haste, which would mean I'm gonna swing for... Is this Thought Knot? Okay, so this is gonna be like the new version of Tron then. The one that top 8 the open. Oh no, just a Ballista on 2. Oh sweet, that is not threatening whatsoever. I have 2 options here. I can... okay, it still doesn't change my options. I can Titan and haste it, or oh, there isn't the promo steerings in paper. Okay, not that it matters, but I'm an original art kind of guy. So what is best here? I can attack and transmute for... I can attack and transmute for Pact of Negation, so I can counter whatever my opponent plays next turn. Or I can play a second Prime Time. The thing, though, is I can attack... Double Strike, and transmute. So okay, so the fact that I can double strike means that I can deal more damage. I can pile more damage up. So I think I'm going to attack double strike and set up another Titan for next turn. So my opponent's going to take 12, and next turn the Titan should be enough to kill them, because they can't Ulamog me, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like they will have 7, 8, 9. Like I'm not even know what I'm counting. So okay, so my opponent cannot Ulamog me, which is the other thing that can get past the Pact of Negation. So I think it's correct for me to attack, double strike, and then okay. We attack, we double strike. My opponent goes down to... I mean, if they choose to kill my Azusa, which would be bad for them actually, because they would take the full 12 and go down to 7, which means that a Hasty Titan should be lethal next turn. Yeah, I mean, pretty is relative. I don't know, I just, you see, like, this is just a worthless block. If they're blocking like this, then they are not blocking at all, so they go down to 7, and now we transmute for Pact of Negation, and this should be game over. We could play this Stronghold. Pact of Negation. I guess we can play this Stronghold, right? So yeah, we can play the Stronghold, because even if my opponent goes squatters it, that means that they just die to my onboard Titan, because they are not going to be able to go squatter the Sandhome and the Stronghold. So my opponent should be 100% dead here. Apparently there was a PDQ, a modern PDQ this past weekend, and Ugin? I don't think I even care about Ugin. Yeah. When my opponent knows, they know that I have a Pact of Negation, and I just let the Ugin resolve. That's how little I care. So I just going to cast this second Titan. Yep. Cast this second Titan and just haste it and win. It also asserts dominance, right? Which is always very important to assert dominance when you're playing Magic. You need to make your opponent feel as bad as you possibly can. You can get some extra value that way. Okay. What kind of monster has mismatching Tron lands though? At least the mines are the same type, so that's good. Alright. Let's just show them that we have the win here. Maybe they will concede more quickly. There we go. They don't make me fetch. Sweet, okay, against Tron, we want the gates. We kind of want Primal Command actually. We don't want explosives, we want Rex Sage. We don't want Bojuki Bog and... Oh, Excavator. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We don't want Ballista, and we can probably trim one Coalition Relic. Jacob, this is the list that took put 2 copies in the top 8 of this past weekend's Modern Open in Philadelphia. So that's why we're trying it out. Notice the lack of Trinket Mages. That is the main switch of what we have been testing lately. No Trinket Mages, 3 Coalition Relics, which I have been very happy with. I think Coalition Relic is great. Crazy Boy, you are actually correct. Even if my opponent let it resolve, I should have not searched, just so they know how they are. But yeah. Classic trigger on the stack. Activate Stronghold just to show you that you're dead. Somebody asked that question a little bit ago, and I have been loving the Fourth Forest, honestly. This is a very interesting hand. I think I'm going to keep. I mean, it is 100% a keep, right? But the sequencing is going to be interesting. Basically, the question is, how much do I care about Nature's Claim? Oh, that's your new emote, Squad Chief. The Sakapa emote is total gasoline, complete and total gasoline. I think we're actually gonna play. Yeah, we're definitely playing out the Amulet. Playing this Amulet on 1 means that I'm actually I think I want to guarantee negate on 2, so I'm gonna lead on Steerings. This is weird, and granted, there's an insane amount of upside if I choose to like play out the Amulet and my opponent does not have the Nature's Claim. But I think I'm going to play it safe, and I'm gonna do turn 1 Amulet, turn 1 Steerings, see what I find, whatever. Turn 2 Growth Chamber. Ah, man. Now, the upside of the Amulet is just too high. The upside, if this Amulet survives, is just massive. It's just too much. Because I'm gonna be able to play Asusa on turn 2 and then like hold up negate. I'm just gonna be like insanely far ahead. Now my opponent's gonna punish me with a Nature's Claim. I knew it. Yep, there you go. I could have played around it. I could have played around that, but what's up, Coltrane? Yeah, this is Wamulet. This is good old Wamulet. I'm gonna get the Gemstone Mine. So now my opponent stopped my chance. Again, I think it was... I could have like played around my opponent's claim. I think that the upside was just insanely high. So it was worth it for me to do what I did. But now, because I found the Gemstone Mine, now I can, on turn 3, play Azusa, and then play Forest plus Gemstone and still hold up negate. Alright, my opponent has this Scrying, which is annoying. So they're gonna have Tron on 4. The name Amulet, yeah. Yeah, it's a cool name. ACSN 00, thank you for the follow. Imagine my opponent's gonna complete Tron here, yeah, and then they're gonna just like slam whatever highest converted mana cost threat they have in hand. Updated server guide post LA. No, there is not. I was thinking about it, and I think that I'm going to like for my subs, I'm going to start basically updating the sideboard guide every month or so. Spatial contortion of the Azusa, you got it. But yeah, if you didn't get the one from GPLA, you should definitely get that one though. But I assume you already have it. That's not an awful draw. It's just a bad draw. It doesn't force me to play out the Vesuva copying Simic Growth Chamber. Okay, okay, so my opponent has infinite mana, but no threat. Classic Tron. We can double Ghost Squatter my opponent if I want to. I think it's more valuable for me to Pact for Titan and to set up the Ghost Squatter later. I can set up Ramming Up Excavator later. Prime time, yes. Tolaria, Simic. And I think I Vesuva the Ghost Squatter. Three, 6, 10. Nah, there's really no value in Ghost Squattering them here because it basically just forces them to make whichever land drop they just made. Whichever land drop I destroy, because they can just like sack the map in response to the GQ, and so it's probably not good. Turn 1 Blood Moon. Wow, that is that is ironic. Thank you very much for the subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Your first subscriber of the day. Thank you very much. Okay, what's gonna be our play here? That's not a bad draw at all. I think that at this point I can basically play cards at random and I will simply win. So I can double GQ my opponent, which seems pretty tempting here. So I can transmute for Excavator, use Scout to play this out, cast the Excavator, and then replay GQ from my graveyard after Ghost Squattering them. That seems pretty nice. Seems like a solid play. It's actually weird that, you know, with Scouts we need to make this in the proper order. So, and using the proper cards actually. So I need to play Excavator off the Gemstone Mine. Then I need to, I mean, I don't need to float the mana here, but I need to go Squatter first. I need to go Squatter first. Now I will play the excavator, and this way I can play around another spatial contortion. So now I play the excavator, and I play the ghost quarter, and this way I can easily play around spatial contortion. So next turn they can have worm coil engine at most next turn, and worm coil is pretty relevant in the face of a prime time. They're gonna fetch for a mine, that's fine, doesn't matter. And now we're going to attack. And I'm gonna get Bodos Garrison and I guess another Teleria just to set up more good stuff for next turn. But at this point my opponent's dead. They had one turn to draw a big threat and they did not, so now they're gonna die. I don't think they can do anything to stop me. Okay, so they're, for whatever reason, they're just showing me that they have Tron. It won't matter because I have one Ghost Quarter here and another one that's coming down next turn, but so they just concede. Sweet! I love me a 2-0 against Tron. Love me a 2-0 against Tron. Green Tron. And the record is now 1-0. Sweet. All right. Blunders. All the thought processes you share in your write-up help make your own decisions much better. Yeah, well, that is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a sideboard guide where the text would be basically I wanted to make like a timeless sideboard guide, and I figured that the best way to try to achieve something like that with as much change as Amulet has been going through lately was to make something like what I did, which is basically try to make a sideboard guide that it's more about the text and the information that you can find there instead of the numbers themselves. Is it worth sending out caviar for the second cavern so you have one more untap land against Tron? It's fine. Yeah, you can do that. The caviar becomes randomly good in some like weird spots, so it's not like strict upside really, but it's okay. So I kept this hand because I have a pretty big likelihood of finding. Oh, we're playing the mirror. We have a pretty high likelihood of finding a bounce land, just like that one right there. So now we're just missing a Titan, basically. No need to expose my Amulet in the face of a potential explosives. In fact, I might need 2 explosives if my opponent has Amulet here. Yep, there it is. Hopefully they bounce the bounce land here. That would be great. Yeah, that's great. Okay, sweet. This puts me like slightly far behind in terms of now. Play it out, please. Play it out. Yes, yes. Whew. I mean, unless I'm just dead here, which is possible. If they have Azusa plus Titan, I just die here. So there's that. But I guess they have it. Yep. Well, I guess I die then. I still think my keep was correct. It was like worth talking about, but I think it was still correct. And my opponent can even double Titan me here for value. Sick. Yeah, I guess this is why people complain about it, huh? This is why people. I'm gonna like troll my opponent. Oh my god. This deck is so good. Should be banned. My opponent knows what's up, that's fine, I'm just gonna concede. Alright, the mirror. We want path. Don't want Bushugi Bog. We want Cavern. We don't want Colony. Side out one relic. It's weird to side with Primal Command now. I'm not sure if my opponent got that I was joking. Excavator and Sage. Well, the sideboarding now becomes kind of weird, actually. Because we have like an insane amount of good cards for the mirror. Like, I feel like I don't want negates, for example. Maybe I want them on the draw, but I don't want them on the... Nah, that sounds the actual opposite. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bring in negates. It's weird, because, like, the card is great, but... I usually enjoy Tracker in the mirror, but now with Coalition Relics, I kinda don't want to play it. Man, it's kind of weird how this how this works out now with the Primal Command and like ramming up Excavator, because these are very strong cards for the mirror match, so I want to add them, but that means that I want less Summoner's Pacts? That can't be right. Whiskey, thank you for the follow. Huh, I wonder how we cyber for the mirror. I feel like I want paths anyway. Maybe I just want less paths on the play, because my opponent is most likely be the one playing catch up. This might be completely wrong, by the way. I apologize, but I have not played this list in the mirror. This hand looks good. We got the Mirror Breaker. And we have Primal Command, like best draw in the deck is Azusa, which we unfortunately cannot pact for, because we would die to our own pact or to a ghost in our upkeep due to Ghost Quarter. If we naturally draw the Azusa, we're gonna be in an extremely good spot though. We're gonna give ourselves a slow clap. And I think that this is it. I could have like played this twice, and actually that's a mistake. Yeah. That's a mistake, because now if my opponent has Ghost Quarter, my Vesuva cannot copy the Sanctuary. So yeah, this was a punt. 100% a punt. I should have played the Vesuva copy in the Sanctuary. That was a mistake. It's not gonna matter because my opponent is giving me the bounce land that I need anyway, so... Is this gonna be Azusa? It is gonna be Azusa. My opponent's draws have been strong, to say the least. Strong, to say the least. Okay, so they don't have... Can I pact for Excavator? No, I cannot pact for Excavator. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have one land drop left. I cast Titan, haste. I can double strike if I want to. And I can double Ghost Quarter. That sounds pretty strong. Let's do that. If they have a pact, they kind of wreck me, but that's about it. Blue pact, that is, of course. Prime time. Okay, no pact. They also cannot have Path to Exile because they don't have white mana open. Boros, Stronghold. We still have one land drop left. I think that double Ghost Quarter is actually going to be stronger than hasting. So I'm going to protect my Stronghold. Gonna protect Stronghold, and I'm going to haste attack. Oh, we can Primal Command. That's not good though. Yeah, Primal Command's not good. So I'm gonna get Bounce Land, probably Simic Growth plus GQ, and then I will copy the GQ with the Vesuva. Sounds pretty good. We're gonna do Bounce Land and a GQ, and I want to make sure that I have a Bounce Land in hand at the end of the turn. Opponent takes 8. Play Scout, play Vesuva, copying Ghost Quarter. And now I feel like I Ghost Quarter this right now. That would give them 3 mana, then they can like have double GQ. Because the problem is if I let them untap, with this Simic Growth, that means that even if they have another bounce land and I destroy it in response to the trigger, they can bounce the Simic and keep going. And that also means that they will get 1 extra mana from the forest that they get from this Simic Growth. So yeah, I think I want to do this right now. Yeah, J Green 40, thank you for the follow. And now we have the Ghost Quarter to this, the second Ghost Quarter to destroy whatever they play. And if we don't get tightened, then we are gonna win next turn. FC Padua, thank you for the follow. And J Green 40, thank you for the follow. We're almost there. 989 followers, almost 1,000. If I Rex Sage, then I cannot Ghost Quarter. Actually, that's a lie. Yeah, I should have Rex Saged. Yeah, you're right. I don't think it was like. Yeah, it was probably like slightly better. Yeah, you're correct. You're 100% correct. I should have pacted for Sage. I was kind of set into pacting for Excavator on the following turn, but I mean at that point my prime time could have already just gotten another Tolari West anyway, so I should have 100% pacted for Sage there. My bad. Gundog, thank you very much for that Twitch Prime subscription. Took down an IQ this weekend with Amulet. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you very, very much. Glad that the cyber guide was helpful for you. Okay, I feel like I want maybe one more path. And maybe I don't want Primal Command on the draw. I always like explosives as a one-off because you end up like exploding for one often enough. I do feel like I want some negates though. War42 Lock, thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Subscriber number 3 today. Thanks everybody for the support. Also, if any of you doesn't have access to the updated cyber guide, send me a whisper here on Twitch. I will send you the guide so you can check it out. I feel like I want 1 or 2 negates. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Let's just go like this. Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. Definitely a keep. If my opponent has any way to answer this amulet though, oh, that's a sick draw. That's a very good draw because it like my opponent will not have an easy answer to an easy way to answer this, and it means that now I'm gonna be able to safely play my amulet. So play amulet, play sanctuary, bounce, replay gemstone, play Azusa, play gemstone, play sanctuary. Whoops, made a mistake, but it doesn't matter because I can just bounce the other one. Classic misclick. All right, now we just need to find the Titan. We just need to find the Titan. And if we find the Titan, we are more likely than not going to win. Well, actually, on the draw, I want more cards that put me back up, right? That speed me back up, and Coalition Relic does exactly that. So I don't think I want to play less relics on the draw. I think I want to play more relics on the draw, if anything. Titan. Nope. We are going to die. I'm not holding a scout. Like, there's no value for me to hold a scout. Like, sure, they block like that. Whatever. I am not protecting this sanctuary anyway. All right, let's see if we can find the thread. I'm gonna replay the colony now. Turn 5 Titan too strong. We can't do anything about it. My opponent just kept a very robust hand, I think. Slow but robust, and we had an explosive yet not so good hand. King Soul 42, thank you for that Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome to the Titan Stronghold, the Primetime Stronghold, sorry. Subscriber number 4 today. Hell yeah. That is problematic. That is, yeah. That is actually quite problematic. Something. Okay, we're gonna hold on to this one. We're gonna hold on to that one. There's no need for me to play that out. Man, I really wish we would draw a Primeval Titan. Really wish we would draw a Primeval Titan. Now even if I path their prime time, they still have access to T-Wests, so this is not gonna be good. Not looking good for the home team. Not looking good at all. Of course, this changes immediately the second that I find the Titan, but so they have GQ in hand. Okay, they play it out. Sounds good. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So technically I should not path yet, and the reason for that, Dissident Wizard, thank you for the follow. The reason for me not pathing yet is that they would need to have another land with, to my knowledge, they don't, in order to be able to Pact of Negation my Titan if I top deck one. So I think it's worth for me to untap first before I make the decision to path. And prime time. Nope, that's not a prime time. They already used the Rex Sage, so I guess I'm gonna play this Amulet now. But at this point, it's done, kind of. I don't think I can win anymore. Don't think I can win any longer. My opponent's too far ahead now. Yeah, I probably don't want to yield to back triggers, actually. Maybe. Maybe it's better if I don't yield to those, huh? Maybe I have one more turn to draw a Titan. I don't anymore. No, I don't anymore. Ballista for 2. Asusa. Okay. So they're probably going to be tightening me this turn. And I don't have interaction. Yep. I just needed to draw a Titan. In the top 12 cards, we didn't find the Titan or Tolaria West. I think that the game was correctly played. I think that the keep was correct. I think that that the way that we played out the game was also correct. I don't think there's anything we could have really done, honestly. It was just that we needed to find another threat, and we did not. Oh, I can yield until next end step. So I can charge the relic then. That's interesting. I guess they're gonna transmute now? Oh, they needed to transmute the T-West. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so now they packed. There is prime time number 2, which I don't have an answer for, so this one's gonna be good. And now my opponent can haste, but they cannot transmute for Pact of Negation. So I guess I still do have a very... Oh, they just... Yeah, this makes a lot of sense, actually, for my opponent. It's way more valuable for them to transmute for Pact here than it is for them to attack. So, yeah, so this is the correct play from my opponent. Yep. Getting Pact of Negation. Well played, OP. Well played. Well played, OP. And now it's, even if I draw a Titan, it's too late. Alright. We got tightened. Maybe there was some mistake at some point. I really can't think. I really can't think about. There was definitely a mistake on the game that we won where we could have saged and actually put my opponent a little bit further behind, but sitting here playing Punt, that sounds like the life. Sneep? I guess it's not the sneepest of sneeps. Still a sneep though. Turn 1 steerings, we already have a Titan. Turn 1 Mountain into Relic of Progenitus. Am I playing against Scred? It would be completely hilarious if I were playing against Scred. Yeah, you got my ancient Styrics, dude. You got it. What is the reason for no Rurik Thar? Because I don't want to stretch the mana base. Also, Rurik Thar was good in matchups that are not really popular anymore. So, stretching the mana for a card. Oh, we're playing against some Valakut deck, I guess. So how do we sequence here? I feel like. Does it matter if I go to this card? I cannot go to this card. So I guess I'm interested in not going to this card. So next turn we play out the GQ. I should have played the Bog to play around Lightning Bolt. That was pretty bad actually. I should have played the Bog instead of the T-West there. If they tap out, it doesn't really matter, but if they... Like, I might get blown out by a Lightning Bolt. Might get blown out by a Lightning Bolt. Alright, so we just keep drawing not particularly good cards. Okay, no Lightning Bolt, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna play Sanctuary here. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have played the Gemstone. Now if my opponent sacks Scout and they play a... If they play a Titan, then... Yep. And I'm not gonna be able to pack the Titan. That was very stupid. Yep. Yep. That was very dumb. I should be packed in this Titan right here. This one you see right here, I should have Pact of Negation it. Oh well. Whoops. Whoopsie-doo. Still no Amulet, holy shit. Okay, we kind of needed an Amulet pretty bad this game. We kind of really needed an Amulet here. And now this Titan is just going to kill us. I can play and haste the Titan, but that's just not enough against their Titan. But yeah, I'm just going to concede. We cannot beat this guy. Prime Time, it's a very strong card. Who would have thought? Alright, bring me them negates. By the way, negate is a card that gets absurdly more powerful when you're playing against this deck specifically. Don't want paths. I kind of don't want Excavator either, really. I think I'd much rather have Primal Command. I might want Tireless Tracker though. I might want Tireless Tracker. Maybe we can Tracker, because these decks sometimes like splash black for slaughter games or stuff like that. And Tracker is sometimes like a fine card to play on 3 and then like start drawing cards and making it huge. I don't think I want to play Tracker over any Prime Times or Summoner's Facts though. Pact of Negation is one of the best cards in the matchup. Maybe we don't want Tracker. Yep. Poke-san, we are playing Consulate Crackdown. That's a thing that's happening right here. This seems like a keep. Okay. And Amulet or Steerings on 1? I think it's gonna be Steerings. If I draw exactly Azusa and or something like that, I'm gonna be sad, but I think this is fine. Valakut tapped. To be fair, we would have drawn the I mean, I guess we wouldn't have drawn the Azusa, right? But like we would have had access to the Azusa, but we wouldn't have access to the bounce land, so would have been exactly in the same spot, right? I'm expecting Damping Sphere right about now. And that's Nature's Claim. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Farseek is fine. Okay, land tapped, that's cool. I guess that changes my play, doesn't it? I think I want to play Amulet actually, and I do want to make my land drops though. This is gonna feel really bad if if my opponent goes for Damping Sphere. But I think I want to actually play around my opponent having access to more answers to Amulet. And this plays around answers to Amulet much better. Cycling Thickets. That's very good. Very good for me. Flame Slash. You got it. Why is this card still in their deck? I have no idea. Yep. And this should be game over. Bordeaux Garrison, Slayer Stronghold. Do I want to double strike here? I guess I could have cast a second Titan, huh? I could have definitely cast a second Titan. I don't think it's gonna be particularly relevant, but I could swing for 16 here. Opponent goes down to 1, then I packed whatever they play. Yeah, this game is fine. This game is done so's. Post this. Attack. We're gonna get Semi-Growth Sun home. This very strongly telegraphs to my opponent that I have a Pact of Negation in hand, because otherwise it would be probably very much correct for me to go get a pact if I didn't have access to it already. Sure, I'm gonna get the Ghost Quarter. So they take 16, and then I win on the following turn. Looking good. Looking good here. Looking good. Play a mountain. They're probably gonna jam a Titan here, and I'm just gonna Pact of Negation it, and that's gonna be the game. GG's. Alright. Anything we want to change on the draw? I don't think so. We're just gonna submit the same thing. Just gonna keep drawing like this. Solid draws. I guess I'm keeping this, but I'm not particularly happy about it. I still think it's a keep. But if they bolt this scout, I'm gonna be crazy far behind. That helps at not being far behind. This one helps quite a bit. Sweet. Farseek is good. Farseek resolves. Do I play around explosives? There's no way in heaven or hell that I play around explosives, is it? Maybe I should play around Anger of the Gods, but nah. Like, there's no way they still have answer post board against me. Anger post board against me. Also, my opponent might be on breach. If they are on breach, then they kind of win here. Shit, are they on breach? Okay, no, they're not on breach. Cool. For a second, I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna die. They need an answer to Amulet, basically. If they manage to answer Amulet, I am going to probably die to a prime time. But if they don't answer Amulet, then I think I win. Okay, so line drop number 1. I have the Sunhome in play, so I can play Sanctuary twice. I guess I can 16 my opponent, and I can swing with the Scout too. So the only way that I lose here, is if my opponent has exactly double Lightning Bolt in hand. I'm not going to play around that. I am not gonna play around double Lightning Bolt. Stronghold Garrison. Because I can present lethal thanks to this like random scout that's chilling here. Bounce this, and now we go to combat. I attack with everything, and I get Vesuva plus Simic Growth. Vesuva, copy this, and I can swing for 17. My opponent can only block a single point of damage. Boom. Got him. B Temple, thank you for that follow. Guess we're gonna bounce this, and we're gonna bounce the garrison, and then it's gonna be F6. Got there. Sweet. Sweet. Red, green. Funny enough, we still don't know whether my opponent was on Titan Shift or they were on Red, green Breach. But they never cast a shift, and they never cast a and they never cast it through the reach, so could have been anything. Bing bing. Probably a keep. Coalition Relic is actually kind of nice here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. Hey, I was your Amulet opponent last match. Was watching the VOD and to see your point of view. I like the stream. You explained everything. Oh, thank you, B Temple. And yeah, you played very well. You played very well, and you got me good. But yeah, good stuff. Glad that you were rocking Amulet. Okay, what is my opponent on? Arbor Elf. I am very afraid right now, because my opponent went turn 1 Arbor Elf, which is probably, as an Amulet player, is probably the scariest turn your opponent can do on turn 1. How do you feel about Farm Command? It's been pretty sweet. It's been pretty sweet. I have been enjoying it a fair amount. They chose blue. What in the actual Amulet? Nothing. Okay. Untap. Amulet. Not playing around explosives on 1. We're just jamming. And we should have the kill next turn with packed backup. Feels pretty good. Is this that blue-green meme deck that has been going around? Or is this like an actual deck? What's up, Bikes? Woo! That one's pretty sweet. Probably gonna get down, take down one of the amulets. Yeah. I mean, I can't really do anything about that, so that's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna play Coalition Relic here and pass the turn. Note that we still cannot pact anything. Yeah, I mean, B Temple, you can sometimes break even if you have access to Amulet. But like, for example, in game 3, I think that if we had ever drawn a Titan, we could have won. But we just never saw a Titan, unfortunately, so we just died. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Holy crap. Alright. Destroy second amulet, sure. That's going real deep right there. Counter target activated or triggered ability. Okay. I dig what my opponent's up to. They're doing some cool stuff over there. I mean, it's not really gonna matter after I slam a Primeval Titan, but it was cool what they were trying to do. I guess it's gonna be double bounce land turn. A double bounce land fetch, I mean. Setting up for a transmute on the next turn. Note that I can still pay for pact if I need to. I doubt I will need to, but it's a deck with Crasis. Okay. I cannot really hope. Do we care? I don't think we care, right? No, we really don't care. We can still double strike if we want to. That's fine. We actually would have cared more if my opponent had destroyed my Simic Growth. Yeah, you got me for 2 damage. I love this game. I love this game. And this is why you play 2 explosives, right? Bye bye. So now my opponent doesn't have mana anymore, and I can transmute here. What do I want to transmute? I could transmute for Ballista, and I can like start sniping down my opponent's creatures. I can Ballista for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that sounds okay. Let's go for that. That sounds fun. And I'm not attacking. Yeah, that's gonna die to the Ballista. Sure. So 1, 2, 3. That's it. Walkie B. Let's kill that one. Let's keep doing our thing. No attacks. Next turn, I can kill both slimes with Ballista, and that should probably finish the end the game on the spot. Trinisphere resolves. So this now costs 3, but it still doesn't matter. And now I can actually attack through this. Sun Home, and already got a red source. So what do I get here? Simic Growth to pay for Pact of Negation. Sounds good. And I guess that we're gonna bounce Kali. Sure, let's bounce Kali. You wanna block here? Should block here. I'm actually not gonna activate here because this pack now costs 3. So I want to save the mana so I can do that. And if my opponent doesn't cast anything worth pacting, I can simply charge the Ballista. Like this Acid Moss. I guess this one is actually worth countering because it stops my. Like, it's worth countering this turn. And then it wouldn't have been worth countering on the afterwards because I can simply Vesuva my Sun Home. Okay, negates sound pretty good against what my opponent's doing. Pact of Negation, kinda not so much. The Excavator seems stellar. Reclamation seems very good. This seems very good. This seems very good. This also seems very good. I'm gonna shave a little bit on Pacts. My opponent has clearly a lot of interactions for my lands, so I'm not particularly, stoked about them destroying my lands. Could have doubled if you made mana with Garden before bouncing. Yeah, I mean it's whatever really. Like we're just not losing that match in a million years. Do we want a Primal Command? My opponent is playing blue, and they are playing a sort of like Stifle. What's the consensus of Primal Command? I've been testing it so far, and it's been okay. It's been fine, and it has allowed me to do a couple of sweet things, but nothing nothing broken really. It's just been cool. I think we might be able to trim on a Susa because my opponent is not particularly likely to deal with my scouts. Maybe I don't want the full 3 explosives. Definitely want Excavator, Sage, and this guy. I want all my Coalition relics. How come there is no Trinket Mage, you mean? This is... I mean, we're playing Primal Command instead of Trinket Mage, which is overall kind of better. Maybe I don't want Hornet Queen, actually. My opponent's deck... I would like to know what my opponent's deck win condition is before I actually bring Hornet Queen in. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. So I agree with what Punt just said. Do we want more amulets? Do we want all 4 amulets? I mean, so the cuts that I'm considering here are some number of amulets, some number of steerings, which I don't love because my opponent has LD, and I think I'm gonna cut a second copy of Pact since we have access to some extra threats. I think I'm gonna cut one now. I'm gonna cut one of the amulets. Yeah, okay, let's do this. This might be wrong. This is just, I mean, my opponent's deck is not really a deck. I have no idea what cards they might be playing. Do we want to E with all of our 1-drops? I think my opponent's 1-drops are more... are like, being able to kill my opponent's 1-drops is going to be more valuable. Because I feel like if my opponent if I destroy my own 1-drops, I'm still like playing a game of Magic, and it feels like if my opponent gets their 1-drops killed, then they are falling crazy far behind. Here we have... I'm keeping this because mostly of steerings, honestly. I'm expecting these steerings to be very good. And if it's not, then I'm gonna be sad. So basically their deck is creature heavy, yes, but I'm not so scared of their creatures as I am scared of their threats. So that's mostly why. I would really love if I draw another non-bounce land, because if I play another bounce land and my opponent next turn goes land into Acid Moss, I probably lose the game. Primal Command for Jimbo Milton is a flavor win. I agree with that, Spider Space. Yeah, well, Sage is here precisely because of Utopia, and I'm expecting Damping Spheres. This kind of decks usually plays Damping Spheres. So I am not sideboarding for my opponent's main deck. I'm sideboarding for what I expect my opponent to do against me post sideboard, which is how everybody should approach sideboarding. That's actually a very, very good draw. So now I can simply do this and pass the turn. No, so Spider Space, the command is what Matt Dilks played at the event in this past weekend at the Open. Acid Moss here is brutal. Ballista on 2 is irrelevant. I guess it's not like completely irrelevant. They're gonna get to kill my Azusa, but this Azusa is gonna like put me... Alright, you get to kill it right now. It's your chance. You're going for it. Okay. Yeah, that's actually kind of shitty. In fact, maybe because of this, I should have led on Sage. The problem is I'm just so afraid of my opponent having some kind of LD over there. Like, I'm very much afraid. Vivian Reed. Okay. Have you tried delays instead of negating the cyber? I have not. That's an idea, though. That could be good. In some contexts, in some times. That is an excellent draw. Gonna lead on steerings. I still get to double spell here. I don't care about this goose. What do I get here? I think this turn I'm gonna be playing Celestia and bouncing Gemstone. So I'm gonna have access to untap lands. Maybe I want to play Cavern. I want to get the Cavern just in case, because my opponent named blue. That they have access to blue cards. But I definitely want to reset this Gemstone. See what they got. But yeah, to answer your question, Spider Space, the command has been pretty sweet. It has done some cool things, and it has done some like slightly close to very very good things. So it's felt worth it. I don't know if it's like more worth it than Trinket Mage has been worth it, but it has definitely felt pretty good. So it kind of looks like I'm gonna get to resolve my prime time here. And if that is the case, then my opponent is probably pretty dead. It's another prime time. 1, 2, 6. Let's do this one, shall we? We're gonna do Garrison Stronghold, I think. Garrison Stronghold, and we're gonna bounce the Stronghold. And I'm simply gonna play the Gemstone Mine and pass the turn. My opponent has Ballista in hand, but I 1, 2, 3, 4. They can only Ballista for 4. That just does not seem like it's good enough. This destroys creature with flying, artifact, enchantment. You can emulate creatures, you can pass it so vigilance, trample, indestructible. Okay, so I'm gonna need to attack this, because otherwise these guys are gonna kill me. So I'm going to actually need to deal with this with BV and Reed. They are playing Plow Under. I think in like top 5 cards that are the best against Amulet, Plow Under must be high up there actually. Lucky B for 2. Okay, Dismember plus the ping. Okay. Opponent still going up with that Vivian Reed. Acidic Slime. They're 1 mana short of that one. Which is good for me, because that Acidic Slime would be pretty brutal, actually. Okay, so they only have access to green mana, so they can't counter my Titan. Do they just have another Dismember? Another Dismember would be pretty brutal. Unfortunately, I can't really play around the second Dismember. Well, can I? Can I Sage before I do anything? So that would be 1, 2, 3 Sage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I cannot Sage. I cannot Sage. Bust Luvasion and have Vigilance, Trample, Indestructible. Ballista is still in the deck. My problem with this is that we generally don't kill media. What we do is create just for when again, which would give you something time to come off suspend. Yeah, that's a fair assumption. Yeah, I guess explosives on 0 gets there, right? We do E on 0, blow it up 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Sweet. Because otherwise this Vivian Reed is gonna kill us. So we need to, first of all, cast this for 0. Second of all, crack this for 0. Ballista will probably deal me 1 damage. Okay. Gonna put 1 more counter on Ballista. Okay. So they're gonna ping me for 2. Okay, so this means that Vivian is actually dead instead of going to 1, which is good, I guess. Green, prime time. And we can get Crossroads Skalny here so we don't randomly die. Vesuva still in the deck so I can copy Crossroads again. Haste prime time. Go to combat. Attack Vivian. Yes. And we can do T-West. I just don't think I'm gonna die here, actually. So I don't need to get T-West, actually, because I already have a pact in hand. So we can get double bounce, and we can... I really want to protect this stronghold. Actually, let's do this. Let's do Simic Earth Chamber plus Vesuva. And Vesuva's gonna copy Garrison. So we're going to protect Stronghold, because my opponent has a Slime in hand. And we're going to next turn replay Crossroads to gain some more life. Vivian down. And we pass the turn. What's up, Macmet Kalfi? What's the idea behind Primal Command that's been showing up lately? Model spell sheds fits better than Trinket. It has been doing some sweet stuff, and being able to fetch Primeval Titans has been pretty strong. As you can imagine, since our whole deck is built to to make sure that we can find a million Primeval Titans. Okay, so now we have perfect information. They're gonna get back their... What? We're getting back Ballista? That's such a weird choice. I guess they want to... like, not let me attack with Primetime? I don't even know what this is supposed to mean. They're trying to, like... deal me enough damage to kill me or something? Weird. Can regenerate. Yeah, against where it's pretty cool. Against Death Shadow, making your opponent gain life can be pretty good. It's just like... it gives you so much flexibility. I honestly have not... I have not been not happy about drawing Primal Command so far. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Like, every time I drew it, it did something relevant or it won the game. But... yeah, that was not the slightest play from my opponent, because, like, now I know to block this goose. Because otherwise I could have, like, taken the damage to play around another dismember or whatever, and they could have, like, ballisted me to death. So... yeah, that seems like some strange sequencing from my opponent. I mean, like, now I know that I need to block this goose. Okay. Yeah, this does not look good for my opponent. So they are gonna be able to eat my prime time. I guess that they can trade like their Scus and Ballista for prime time, but that means that I get rid of the Ballista for good. I get rid of the Ballista for good, and then I have another prime time coming up. So my opponent is like very dead. So I actually want them to make this trade. I actively want them to make this trade. So now they're gonna ping the prime time with the Ballista. So they have an extra creature in the graveyard. Then they're gonna eat prime time with the Scus, then eat Ballista with the Scus, and with the 1 damage from the Ballista, they're gonna get to trade. But I mean, my opponent doesn't know that I have yet another Primeval Titan coming up. So what? Well, that just makes no sense whatsoever. That, yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do there. Maybe they made a mistake. Whatever, I'll take it. 2 versus, it's like green, blue, what? LD, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 59-36 current record with this list. It's not like incredible, but it's not terrible either. Mono green control. They were playing blue though. I thought Vivian could be cool a while ago, but I never tried it. You mean in Amulet? Because I don't think Vivian is particularly good in Amulet. This hand is not good enough. We're gonna mulligan. This hand is probably not good enough either, but I'm gonna keep it. I don't want this. If we're playing against Breach against Titan Shift or something, then oh, this is Burn. Yikes. I'm actually kind of intrigued to see how this matchup plays out now, because we have no burn cards in the sideboard. Not a bad draw at all. I'm trying to get lucky here, but hopefully I do. Okay. Give me an untapped land, Gobo, or Amulet. Primal Command is okay. I'm not totally upset about Primal Command. Coalition Relic, no. I guess I simply get Ghost Squatter here. It's just an untapped source. It's kind of sad that now this Goblin will get to do 2 more damage yet. Well, I just F6. Yep, that is our plan to get there. For my opponent, no, okay, so they did hit the other land drop. That's bad. That's a Sanctuary. Alright, so I'm gonna take 2 here. Let's do some math here, okay. They play probably Eidolon, okay. So I can play Coalition Relic. This makes me take 2 down to 9. Then I take 4 down to 5. And then I can gain 7. The problem is if I use this turn to destroy Gobo, I can destroy Gobo and like play my land or whatever. Next turn I take 2 from the Eidolon attack, then like they burn me or something, and then on the following turn I take more damage. Seems very hard to win that race. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose. We just don't have enough time. If I packed for Azusa... Pacting for Azusa cost me 3 life. I think I need to kill the Goblin Guide. But does that even like get me anywhere? Yeah, but Titan doesn't gain 7. I can gain 7 and time walk my opponent, then Titan on the following turn. I feel like I need to get lucky, and I need to use Coalition Relic. I feel like it's the only way that I can win. Which feels terrible, but I think that I simply need to get lucky. I die to not double 1-drop. Yeah, but Primal Command denies a land drop. Yikes. Big yikes. So that's probably lethal here. Yeah, that's actually lethal. Yeah. Bolt is lethal. Alright, they got me. Alright. Path. Bog out. Rex Sage in. Yikes. No access to ring creatures post board makes me very sad. Maybe I want extra explosives because of that. Buy Ballista and one more card. Probably explosives. I think I would sideboard something like this. Yeah, I feel like your burn matchup, without access to Bailoff, your burn matchup gets slightly worse. Probably not considerably worse, but definitely slightly worse at least. Oh, Jose Contoro, thank you for the follow. How's everybody doing today? Starting the week on a Monday. Because that's when most weeks start, right? Monday. But yeah, it's as good of a day as ever to slam some Primeval Titans. In case you are not aware, we stream a lot of Primeval Titan in this channel, mostly Amulets. So if you enjoy modern content, and Amulet content in particular, then you should definitely hit that follow button. You can get notified whenever I go live, and you can check out the stream. You can ask any questions. You can enjoy of my beautiful voice. Which the other day somebody in the Facebook Amulet group said that my voice was soothing, which is the first time I've ever heard that. But I'm happy that worked out for them. OP Magician, yeah, my wife is sick, so I needed to like bring her to the doctor and everything. So today's stream actually got pretty delayed. I started streaming at like 4 p.m. and I'm gonna actually finish after this match because I gotta go back to her. But yeah, I still wanted to make sure that I I give my faithful viewers some Amulet content, because I hadn't seen anybody providing such, necessary service. This hand is iffy. Like, I really want my opponent to have a Goblin Guide with this hand. And for them to play Eidolon on turn 2. Like, that would be the ideal scenario for me. Yeah, this just doesn't seem good enough. This one kinda does. Alright, fine an Azusa. But we're gonna start gaining some lifes here. Oh, you think the Argentinian accent is very soothing? Well, that's great then. Glad it works out for you. Okay, we're gonna need that sooner or later, so that is a okay draw, I guess. Now we just need to basically not draw any more of these guys, because we only need the one. That's pretty brutal. Alright, Rex Sage off the top. Give me that Rex Sage. Yeah, give me that Rex Sage. Yeah, that. Oh, that's. Okay. Alright, 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 alright. Yeah, I think we're gonna pass the Eidolon here. Alternatively, we could. No, we're gonna pass the Eidolon. It saves me more life to pass the Eidolon than to take 2 and then gain 2. So yeah, we're definitely passing the Eidolon. Sweet. 6 land keep. Oh yeah. Had a free Monday and I have class tomorrow, starting at 5 p.m. So I guess I start a week at Wednesday. Damn, that feels good. Yeah, I remember when I was in school, I always made sure that my Fridays had no classes. 3-day weekends are what's up. Yeah, Luis is hilarious when he talks in Spanish. It's really funny. He showed me this interview from like when he won the Super Sunday series. Like, I have no idea how long ago, and his English was not particularly good. His English got insanely better in the past like 5 years or so. But he was showing me this video and it's hilarious. He's just like talking with this accent, but like not really speaking English, because it was it was very hard for them. So he was like trying to articulate words that were only halfway coming out. It was really funny. All right, tap out for something. No tapping out. Sad. The Dredge and Burn matchups much closer than everybody says. People cutting down to 0 battles no crypt are insane to me. Son of a Mitch, the follow button, if you're looking at, are you looking on your phone or are you looking on a computer? Because if you're looking at a computer, the follow button should be up there. And if you are not, if you're on your phone, I think you need to like tap the screen and then like go and look for it. Like something will come down and you will see like a little heart on the top, and that should let you like, oh, okay. I guess we're just naturally making our land drops and getting there. F6. I guess we're making the same play again, right? Like path your Eidolon. And okay. Now this Gobo will give us some info. Deja vu, yeah. That's exactly what this. Okay, so we draw a Sanctuary. I think I'm pathing the Eidolon again. Well, at this point, am I pathing the Eidolon? Like, what am I gonna play that is gonna be more than less than 6 mana? In fact, if I draw a Rex Sage, I'm actually very sad that I path the Eidolon. I'm pathing something. I cannot take 2 damage for no reason. So I'm gonna path something. I guess it's gonna be the Eidolon. Because if I draw explosives, it's much better for me because I can sweep once. What's up, Aaron? Yeah, we're doing some Amulet stream. We're streaming this last weekend's list. Yikes. 1. So I'm gonna take 3 down to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. What can I do here? I'm gonna be 1 turn short. Wow, we drew a lot of lands. I guess we drew 2 Paths to Exile, so that's something. I think I'm going to die next turn. Supreme Command on the crackdown last night. Gotta make sure I keep with my full foil list. Yeah, we haven't been playing against the weird deck in a while. I think we're going to die. Boy, it would have been real nice to draw a Primal Command right about here, actually. I'm 1 mana short from sweeping once. I am 1 mana short from prime time. I could transmute for Vesuva for Crossroads. Not having Tusk or not having access to Tusk or Baloth really screwed us over this game. And this is why I like bringing in Path against Burn instead of negates and stuff like that. It's like I feel like whenever I lose against Burn, it's because they have like an early creature draw, and I'm just like too slow out of the gates, and they get me because of that. Yeah, what Punt is saying makes a lot of sense actually. So I think what we do is we play Gemstone, and we transmute for Pact of Negation. We're just basically playing to my outs, and my outs is for my opponent to have pretty much nothing. This way, what we're doing is we're setting up next turn, and on my next turn I can cast Titan, and well, okay, so they at least have 1 Searing Blaze because they didn't crack a fetch. But I basically die to any burn spell. So now at this point, actually, I would be... Okay, so I die. I was gonna say I would love for them to have another Eidolon, but unfortunately, I am going to die. Yeah, Destructive Reverie or Smash the Smithereens were other cards that I would have been able to beat. But... Okay. We died. 0-2 against Burn. Yeah, I mean, this is, like, I would assume one of the risks of running this list with no Burn, you know, quote-unquote hate card in the sideboard. Still, every card here makes a lot of sense, so it's not that I dislike the sideboard, it's just that, you know, concessions need to be made, you know? Yeah. So Pact of Negation screws. So I'm not pacting anything this turn. Like I'm not winning by pacting anything that turn. I'm setting up for if I survive. Like if my opponent has nothing but blanks, I can set up an even better turn after. If that makes sense. So yeah, I was not playing to beat that draw. You know, I was planning to beat the best case scenario, which is my opponent has nothing, and I am able to get there. What are my favorite right now, Tusk or Barbados? I'm favoring Tusk right now. I think Tusk is very good. Let's try. I think I'm gonna play like one match, maybe two at most. Just because we have a healthy amount of viewers right now, and I'm trying to make it to hit. I'm trying to hit a partner, and I think the only thing I'm missing is I need to have an average of 75 viewers. So let's see if we can get there. Pedro Fee, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for the support. Thanks for being here and thanks for subscribing. And Applesauce Boss, thank you very much for that Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome you as well to the Primetime Stronghold. We also are all the way up to 992 followers. That's awesome. We're very, very close to that Mono Blue Wear stream. What's up with Taylor Tracker, by the way? Isn't the meta way too fast for Tracker? The idea for Tracker is against the Wear deck, you want to... okay. This hand looks okay. I'll keep. You want to basically use Tracker as a way to... You want to use Tracker as a way to like churn to your deck to draw cards so you can find your Consulate Crackdown, which is this card right here. In case you hadn't seen it yet, we are actually playing Consulate Crackdown. So yeah, that's that. And Ton Plays Games, thank you for the follow. And Mishra's Masterpiece, thank you for the follow as well. I like your username, Mishra's Masterpiece. So we're basically gonna play Pact on 3. Okay, so we're playing against Phoenix. Crazy, I just realized we played a full league with no Phoenixes to be seen. That's insane. So we are going to play Relic on 3 and then play Titan on 4. So is Ron becoming a staple one-off? I have no idea. Mustache Magic MM. I have no idea. I have only started testing it last week, and it has, so far it has looked pretty nice actually. Much better than I was expecting for sure. So it's one of those things that, you know, I'm still not sure, but I'm kind of eager to find out. My opponent went top with that Serum Visions, and then of course they kept on top again with the Opt. What is this? Charticors. Okay. Thanks for the problem. I like the deck you're playing and want to learn how to play, so expect to see me here quite often. Well, I would love to have you here as often as you want to be here, so. You're very, very welcome. Okay, so my opponent has a very bad Phoenix draw, so we're gonna capitalize on it. Capitalize. Yeah, there, that. And we're going to kill them. Unless they have main deck Spell Pierce / Dispel. They are about to get got real nice. The question is, do I play around Lightning Axe plus Gut Shot? So if my opponent has Lightning Axe plus Gut Shot, I probably lose the game. So do I want to play around that? I think I don't. I tried the White Amulet and Amulet Breach. It feels like Breach has more explosive hand, but more inconsistent than the White Amulet. I personally do not really particularly like the Breach version. Yeah, we're jamming here. We are jamming. And with the primetime attack, we are gonna be getting... We're gonna be getting Bog plus... We have multiple T-Wests already, so I guess Bog plus Simic-Growth. Bujuki Bog, Simic-Growth. Get fucked, Phoenix. Gonna bounce Gemstone, I guess? Sure. And good luck with this deck. Watching you, I do really start to think going to GPs with this deck. You should. The only thing I will say is you should. This deck is just so much fun. When I was playing the GP, even the matches that I lost and everything, I was just having such a good time that it kind of didn't matter. Whenever I lost, I would just be like, well, that game was sweet. That's awesome. But yeah, glad that it's been helping you out, Pedrofi. Okay, so primetime down, but my opponent still does not have a threat, so I can pay for Pact, transmute for another primetime, and set up for next turn. Oh, Glenn Meister, yeah, you're very much welcome. Glenn Meister came over to the GP, and I was hanging out over there, and he wanted me to sign his Primeval Titan. So now he's the only person who owns Primeval Titans signed by me. So that's some pretty exclusive shit right there. Alright, just waiting for another Summoner's Pack. Nothing too crazy here. This is just doing what we do. I gave Amulet a break last week and played this Phoenix on ALGS, went 3-1 with it, losing only to Adnos. Yeah, Adnos seems like a deck that would have a good time against Phoenix. I went 6-3 at SCG Regionals with Amulets. That's sweet. Amulet's great. Amulet is freaking great. Did I just not... Oh, I used this to transmute, so never mind. This deck has no Ruric Thar. No, we haven't been... I have not been running Ruric Thar in a while now. What's up, Bullets Fly? Welcome, welcome. Less Titans. John Orman never getting... Oh, nice. Nice, Aaron. Just got plowed under turn 3 feels... Jeez, that's rough. Was it B-Tempo? Was it against the same player that we played against? What are the chances my opponent has Remand in hand? I would say pretty damn high, right? So I guess we're gonna transmute for Cavern of Souls. Like, they're not gonna remand this for sure. So we are going to do this. Transmute. Cavern of Souls. Play Cavern, naming Giant. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Primetime you. We can actually cast Azusa here. That seems alright. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Azusa, might as well. Oh, if I cast Azusa, I cannot haste, I guess. So they put a card on top with the opt, then shuffle. Okay, what's going on? Is this double lightning bolt? And film the win to put him higher in top 64 to get his points. Nice. That's nice of you, Aaron. Snappy. Lightning bolt. Sure. Okay, so now I'm for sure getting. We're gonna be getting Toleria Simic Growth. We play this. And now I guess we just... I guess I can play a Ballista for 3. Yeah, Ballista for 3 sounds okay. I think it would be better for playing it for 4. But I want my opponent to like use their resources to deal with my Ballista, since I am in a situation where I actually kind of value my mana a lot. So I want them to like use resources to kill my Ballista instead of killing my Azusa. It's possible that they just have like Bolt or another Snap and then both of them die, but that's fine. That means that the Titan that's coming out 2 turns from now, it's not gonna die, so... That's a Drake that I can easily kill with this Walking Ballista. Or if they shock, that means that... Okay, yeah, so my opponent's creatures are dead souls. Okay, so... We're gonna do 1, 2, 3... See what we draw. We drew nothing, but this is a hasty double striking Titan that we got here. So, right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, haste, 1, 2. Yeah, my opponent's very dead. So this is gonna be 16 minus 4, 12 minus 4, 8. Yeah, it's still lethal. Even if they throw everything under the bus, it's still lethal. So we got him. Third land drop. Tap, bounce. Transmute. I guess that main deck Surgical would get us. Not playing around that though. 5, 6. They concede. Okay, cool. Play Digirock 3 times and absent once at regionals. Beat them all. Well, this is where Mono Red Phoenix, Colorless Eldrazi, and Dredge. Yikes. Yeah, Mono Red Phoenix and Mono Red Phoenix makes sense. Colorless Eldrazi and Dredge are rough. Because I consider both of those matchups to be actually quite good for us. Want this. Actually, the jury is still out on Cavern of Souls. We're taking out Ghost Squatter. We're taking out Scouts. And usually I take out Trinket Mage, but now we have Primal Command, and this card seems actually reasonable against Phoenix. So I guess I'm gonna take out Ballista? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's rough. I don't know what my record is against the Colorless Eldrazi, but it's probably like close to the 99% win rate. That matchup is very good for us. It's really funny because like I was watching the SCG tour, and Todd Anderson was saying, well, it was Amulet against the colorless Eldrazi, and Todd Anderson was saying, well, this looks like a terrible matchup for Amulet. I'm like, nope. It is not. It's fine. It's a fine matchup. It's a matchup that I want to see. How good is Primal Command doing? It's been fine. It's been fine. I don't like Primal Command. Trinket Mage makes your deck so smooth. It's one of those things that it's weird, but I think that it kind of works. Primal Command, I'm talking about, right? This is interesting. I think I'm gonna try to make my land drops here. What are we? Are we gonna have here a late Asusa bolt? A classic bolt Asusa after I've gotten all my value. Yeah. Oh, I love me. I love me some bolt your Asusa after you've gotten all your value. Always a good time. Everybody enjoys it. Spell Pierce is kind of a beating here, but they didn't have the Pierce for the Amulet last turn, so... there's the Simic Growth, and this is my face of please no Blood Moon. Please no Blood Moon, please no Blood Moon, please no Blood Moon, please no Blood Moon. Yeah, I know, but it was just funny to like, you know, hear them talk about it. The only one is like when Matthias is in the booth and I'm like, okay, cool, like at least you got somebody that knows what they're talking about to talk about Amulet. But sometimes they just like put the other guys which don't really know what they're talking about, and it's very sad to hear, really. Okay, so I can go up to 6 -2 because of the growth chamber. So what I'm trying to figure out here is, do I just jump Titan into a potential disdainful stroke / remand, or do I tempt my opponent with the Asusa so they kill the Asusa, and then I can play explosives on 3 to play around Blood Moon? Those are my two lines of play. Those are my two lines of play. I think I'm gonna go towards Slam Titan. There hasn't really been that many lists running Disable Stroke lately. I'm afraid of Remand, yes, but that's about it, pretty much. Also, I am going to bounce the Gemstone Mine, and the reason for this is I want to reset it, and I want to play around my opponent having an answer to the amulets. So even if they remand my Primetime and they untap an Abrade, then I can... Okay, this Disdainful Stroke. So this means that I'm going to be bringing in my second Cavern of Souls. This is not stock, I don't think, in the latest lists. So it's just this person is playing probably an older list. Yeah, it's honestly been like weeks since I've seen this Disdainful Stroke coming out of Phoenix. It's not common at all anymore. So I'm actually quite surprised to see it. Alright. Here comes the Phoenix. I can kill this Phoenix, actually. Phoenixes. But if I draw a bounce land, I can play Hornet Queen, which is nice. Boy, would it be nice to have Bojuki Bog here. Also, I can path one of these Phoenixes. Nah, I'm gonna E on 4. So we're gonna do black, blue, green, white. E on 4. Materialist from GP Bilbao. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm definitely cracking here because usually this is what they do, and this is why Phoenix is so good. By the way, it's because this fuckers hit so hard. Snap stroke. My opponent could have looted there, and they did not. So they showed me snap on game 1. So I think I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna wait until they tap out before I slam my Hornet Queen. So I'm just gonna let it go. Play a Susa. And then pass a turn. This is really bad in the face of Blood Moon. But most plays I make are very bad in the face of Blood Moon, so there's also that. It's a prime time. So at this point, I'm really putting my opponent on snap stroke. I'm not going to attack. And am I going to pass the turn? Damn it. I feel like I want to slam the queen? Or the other... Maybe I slam the other prime time so I can play around surgical this way. And I can also hold up... I can also hold a path if I need to. I expect snap stroke here. Yep. Yeah, so I think that I have a single cavern, and even if I find Tolaria, then I would need to like transmute for cavern and then go ahead and play, and then on the following turn be able to finally resolve a prime time or something. So okay, so here we're gonna have some Phoenix coming back from the ashes, which is annoying, but at least it's going to like tap my opponent out so I can resolve my queen. So I'm only going to be taking 3 damage because I'm going to pass the other Phoenix. Unless they're going to discard more Phoenixes, which is also a possibility. This deck is just annoying to play against. Beacon Bolt. Good to know about that one. Very good to know about that one. Gonna attack with Snappy too? Oh, I'm blocking Snappy. Definitely blocking Snappy. Then passing the other guy. Where's our surgicals? Dude, you know what's the worst part? You know what's the worst part? Like, this deck makes me think that it's not 100% completely crazy to be playing surgicals. And I despise surgical extraction. So, yeah. So, options here. They have the thing in the eyes, so I don't really have good options. It's just like play the queen and hope this stabilizes enough. That's all I can do. At least they only have 2 cards. The problem is they don't only have one card; they have two Faithless Looting in the graveyard, so they have more than one card. They already have access to at least one spell. And if that spell finds a couple of Phoenixes, or it finds a Manamorphose, then my opponent's Thing in the Ice flips, and I'm dead. Alright, please give me a prime time. Well, I can Explosives on 2, actually, and kill the Thing in the Ice. Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. I don't think I have enough time to transmit for a prime time. I think that this thing in the this Hornet Queen needs to stabilize here. And I kind of don't want to kill this Phoenix. You see? Manamorphose. Do I crack here? I think I do crack here. Okay. The problem is that if I wait out this turn, they flip Thing in the Ice, they are gonna get back the Phoenix, and they swing for lethal. So I don't think it would have been correct to do that. Because what they can do is, even though they flip the Phoenix, they play their spells, and they make sure that the last spell they play is Faithless Looting, the flashback, which they have right here. So it makes it that they discard, the Thing flips, and then they swing for 10. So I die. So I don't want to... I just cannot afford to do it. I just cannot afford to do it because I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna die. It's too likely that I die there. Upgrade the Amulet, sure. That one does literally nothing. Steerings into hopefully Tolaria West? No. I guess Sanctuary is not the worst. Oh, Sunhome is actually interesting. Yeah. I'm gonna do this. Now I can start dealing damage. Red, white, and 2. I meant to say if he had Metamorphosis Bolt in hand, you'd lose to that. Would have been very for you to tap out, I think. I think it's fine to wait and crack EE there. Okay, so now no Phoenix is coming back, but I might die on the following turn anyway. Okay, this is a good sign for me, I think. Discarding Snapcaster, that's okay. So they found like Gutshot. Okay, that's a very bad play from my opponent. Oh, they get back to Phoenix. Okay. Teehee. So they are out of Faithless Lootings now. They are out of lootings. I think I start attacking. I think I start attacking with these guys, and I think that I actually let them keep the thing in the ice. Because it's gonna bounce my queen and reset it. So I can play the queen again. So I kind of want my opponent to flip the thing in the ice, and then I path it post-flip. No, I don't think I just path it right here. Another... Oh. That's unfortunate. Okay, now I probably do path the thing in the ice. I honestly completely forgot about the beacon bolt. Not gonna lie, I totally forgot. Ooh, no more basics. Sweet. Azusa? Whoops, definitely not concede. Okay. Okay. That is pretty solid, actually. This allows me to double strike much more freely. I don't want to randomly die. Whoops, I am so dumb. That was very dumb. Multiple disdainful strokes. My opponent is playing a very interesting list. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm one short. I think I still do this. Have you tried Batterskull in your build? I don't like Batterskull in Amulet. I'm not a fan. I've tested it on numerous occasions, and I was never a big fan of it. 3, 4. Okay, so this forces the action if I attack with everything, but from 12? Can I die from 12? If I force the action onto these hornets? I'm gonna risk it. Alright, we're all in. We're all in. Going all in. Got there. Azusa, too strong. Speaking of, what's the weirdest card you tested? That's a very interesting question. I assume that you mean the weirdest card that I tested for real, right? Because we played some cards for fun that were like completely terrible. So I assume that you mean like we tested for real. What did we test that was completely crazy? I mean, personally, I consider Sakama to be a meme, so that's probably the weirdest one. But I mean, Chameleon Colossus is pretty weird, but it's just very good against one specific deck. Ugin is interesting. I don't think it's good. And I haven't tested it. I have tested the band sorcery Wargate. I tested this card, and I wasn't I wasn't particularly impressed by this card. So that's one. Yeah, Oh, I think I know what's the weirdest one that I've tested. Grave Titan. this is back in the Summer Bloom days. I actually tested Grave Titan as a one-off in the sideboard. Like people nowadays, it's mostly Austin. I think it's Austin Collins. I can never remember his name. He has a common name, but I somehow cannot never remember it. But I was testing just like a one-off fun-off Grave Titan, and it was wild. I think I got to cast it like once or twice, and against the deck back then. What was the name of the deck? There was like a mid-range deck. It was a mid-range deck. Okay, so we were talking earlier about this matchup, about the Eldrazi matchup. So here I'm gonna get Kalni, I think. It's kind of sad to bottom two Titans, but it's fine. Yeah, Austin did that. Yep, that's that was Austin. All right, that was Austin. All right. Is this another mimic? All right, sure. Okay, just need to draw a Titan to finish this game. Just gotta draw a Titan. Is this gonna be a Thought Knot? Because that would be hilarious. Oh, Eternal Scourge. Sure. I think I'm blocking one of this. I mean, yeah. We can't even kill the Eternal Scourge because of this. Ugh. Yep, that happens. That's 5, 3, and 5. Yeah. Alright, we draw a Titan, we win. And we're going to die. 5. Yeah. Alright. We just died to never see a Primeval Titan in our 11 Sad. Very, very sad. Okay, post-board things get even better. We want this, and we don't want this, don't want Bog. Bog is actively bad. Like if you get to like destroy one of their dudes, the ones that come back, then you can't then you can't they can bring it back. It's terrible. Oh, that's the Obligator. Oh yeah, that Obligator is the only way that I lose to my opponent's deck. I want access to 2 explosives because they probably most likely have Chalice. And my opponent is not on a standard list. They're playing some weird list, actually. Do I want Ballista? They're playing red. Ramming Up Ruins is very interesting. I guess I'm gonna take a couple of ones because my opponent has Chalice. It's just a thing I like doing. Yep. Okay, this time we do have a Titan at least. Yeah, well, Emrakul I guess Emrakul could be in the list of like weirdest cards I've tested, and it actually worked out. Emrakul was fine in a certain metagame. Academy Ruins is a card I never liked. Academy Ruins is a card that I've tested time and time again, but I simply never liked. You see, when I was saying that I didn't want to have my ones getting getting taken, that's what I was talking about. Do we want to ballista on one here? Maybe? I mean, might as well. We're not doing anything with our mana anyway. I should have probably played the gemstone there so I can transmute though. We got a follow that I missed. Canton, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I guess Ballista feels pretty good against the Eldrazi Mimic. That's not half bad. We even get to protect the stronghold. Bing! Got him. My opponent can still Thought Not Seer me out of the game, which is kind of annoying. Nice! Nice! Real nice. Next level plays. Next level plays. I think I'm going to transmute for Summoner's Pact here. Whoops, transmute. Summoner's Pact. Another alternative would be Engineered Explosives, but I'm afraid of a Thought Not Seer in this scenario. That's the thing that's concerning me the most. This is hilarious. This game is over. Transmute for Engineered Explosives, pass the turn. That's it. Okay. I think we want to run it exactly the same. Yep, let's try it again. We might want less steerings. My opponent seems like they are into the whole Chalice on 1 thing instead of the Chalice on 0. Both of which are good against us, but I think Chalice on 0 is overall better. We're gonna mulligan this hand, and we're gonna keep this hand. We're gonna put them on the bottom. Solid draw as long as my opponent does not chalice me here. Do you feel Coalition Relic is right main board? I think Coalition Relic is excellent. I think it really is very, very good. Play Amulet. Play Sanctuary. Bounce this, pass the turn. Next turn we can Relic, or if my opponent plays a Chalice or something, we can Rex Sage it. No Eldrazi? Okay. Are they gonna like upgrade my Amulet or something? Yeah. That's actually annoying. That is actually annoying. It puts me behind just 1 turn. But still, it's an annoying turn to put me behind. I actually think I let this go. So this is gonna jump here. I'm gonna take 3 down to 12. If my opponent chooses to take my path, that means that I get to Relic next turn. And then on the following turn, Primal Command gains 7. And that turn I will be chomping the Thought Knot, taking 5, going to... Oh no, I cannot chomp the Thought Knot. But my opponent is stuck on mana. What's up, Edgar? Welcome to the stream. This is actually super interesting. I am not sure what we do here. I think we pathed it TKS. By the way, I lowered the something on the stream. I don't even know what I lowered, but I lowered something, and the stream should run a little bit more smooth right now. Hope that is working right like that. Do you guys see any like inferior quality or anything like that? Because it looks great for me over here, but I don't know about out there. Yeah, this is super interesting actually. So I'm going to path here, jump here, go down to 12. I draw a card of the TKS, but I give them more mana. Union Private, thank you for the follow. Stream being smooth. Alright, sweet. Hopefully it stays that way. Well, right now it says that I'm dropping frames and I have no idea why. We'll see. I think I'm going to pass the TKS. It also gets me closer to a card. To like Azusa or something like that. I'm just very much not stoked about giving my opponent an extra mana source. But this is fine. So I guess that my opponent will likely either take my Primal Command or my Rex Sage, depending on their hand. But yeah, very interesting situation there, whether to path or not. They took the relic, which I think it's correct. Okay, so here I block. Azusa is a nice draw there. I kinda still need a land, but this helps a bit. They found the 5th land. Hope I don't get smashed. I am getting smashed. Oh no, endless one for 5? Okay. That is probably fine. So I can Ballista for 2 and I can play Scout as a chump blocker. That doesn't seem bad. I still don't have the lands for Primal Command to be doing anything useful. But this Ballista can kill the Mimic and then I can like kill the Scourge if I need to. Ramming Everance. Sure. So block here, ping, ping. Yeah, that sounds good. Block here, ping, and ping. Yeah, Primal Command should buy a little bit of time. It denies my opponent of a land drop, basically. Of a draw step. Well, I guess I can gain life. Okay, so we did find the prime time. We're really struggling to find these lands. So they didn't have a thought now because they would have played it there. So I think I'm gonna choose gain 7 and put target non-creature permanent on top of its owner's library. So I gain 7, put this on top. We did the Dryad Arbor. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so they redraw the temple. Here I chump. Maybe I should have chumped with Azusa actually. Fuck me. This makes me very, very sad. So playing this for no value. Pass the turn. Do I double block here? No, I just chump. Can you imagine if we had Green Sun Zenith? That would be really, really nice. Alright, game is over. That's one land we can get. I'm trying to see if I can Hornet Queen here, because I think that one way that my opponent can win is if their last card in hand is the Obligator. If they have exactly Obligator, then they might win. So I'm trying to think how I can play around that. So I get Garrison, Stronghold. I haste Titan. I bounce Sanctuary. With the Titan I get a Crossroads, Simic, and that's 3 plus 2 extra landers from the Azusa. Yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine. And because of the Hornet Queen that we're gonna be casting, we can actually swing with Azusa too for value. Crossroads, Simic Growth. And I guess I bounce Boros. Yeah, sure. So they take 9. Now I play Sanctuary. Bounce itself, I guess. Play Sanctuary. Bounce itself. Play Hornet Queen. Opponent concedes. Yeah. This is usually how the matchup goes. It's just my opponent cannot do anything even against Colossal Dreadmaw. Colossal Dreadmaw plus double Demonic Tutor stapled on it. It's a great card. Alright, that's gonna be it for me today. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the subscribers. Thanks for all the followers. 4 followers away from the worst stream. So I think it's not gonna be tomorrow, but on the next stream that we're gonna be streaming somewhere. If you haven't hit that follow button, make sure you do it. If you want to support the stream, you can subscribe. With the subscription, I will give you access to the sideboard guide that I made for GPLA. And if you want to, and I think I will be uploading the sideboard guide for subscribers on a monthly basis, because you know the deck keeps evolving and changing and everything. So it makes sense for me to like update it every now and then. But Sauce, thank you for the follow. Looking forward to all the puns that will happen on that stream. Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. If you want to join the Amulet Discord, you can do so with that link. Luke7766, thank you for the follow. If you want to follow me on social media, I have a Twitter that's dedicated to MTG, so you can whenever I go live, you can get notifications there. UTX Shiro, thank you for the follow. Damn, 999, one follower away. If there's somebody in chat, we can play Where tomorrow. We can play Where tomorrow. So that's gonna be some spice. No, one more to go. We have 999 right now, so that's gonna be sweet. Then if you wanna check out previous streams, I have a YouTube channel where I upload all of my streams and I timestamp them, so you can go straight to whichever match you wanna see. Urban Raptor 2 is follower number 1000. All right, we got there. We got there, people. We got there. Okay, so I guess we're gonna be streaming somewhere tomorrow. That's gonna be interesting. Anyway, finally, if there's any lists that you want to see played, whether it's Amulet or anything else, even any legacy streams, any legacy decks, we can play them live if you cover the entry fee of a league. And of course we will go over the whole league, and then afterwards we're gonna do like a debrief where we talk about card choices and stuff. That's gonna be it for me today. Let's see who we can give the host to. Let's see who's streaming some modern or ooh. Speaking of Where, the Where Master is actually streaming right now. If you want to see some Where action, this is the place to go. Susurrus MTG. All right, let's go there. Let's go see Prism Mike. Prism Mike.